Hey everyone, this is your stimulus check update, $1,400 stimulus check update, and stimulus package update for Tuesday, February 16th. This video is for those of you on SSI, SSDI, or Social Security, or anyone else wondering about the stimulus check and the next stimulus package. In this video, we're going to be discussing the third stimulus check of $1,400. We're going to be talking about if Biden has made good on his promise for the $200 per month Social Security increase. And also we're going to be talking about the timeline for the third stimulus check. Thank you once again for those of you subscribers that are watching my channel. Welcome back. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, my name is Justin and I do stimulus check updates. I talk about your Social Security benefits and teach you how to make money and save money. So if any of those topics interest you, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And if you find this content helpful, please hit the like button so that YouTube will share this video with others like you. So we're still waiting to hear the details of the $1.9 trillion stimulus check. Well, actually the final details. We've heard some of the details, but the final details should be coming out within the next week and a half. From what I'm hearing, the House Budget Committee should have the finalized bill by next week. Included in this bill is the $1,400 stimulus check. The stimulus check would go out to those of you on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security, and anyone else that's below the income limits of $75,000 per year for single filers and $150,000 per year for joint filers. This stimulus check also would be going out to those of you that are claimed as dependents on someone else's taxes. I haven't heard any details on whether the next stimulus proposal will include retroactive checks for those of you that are claimed as dependents that missed out on the first and second stimulus checks. But if I hear anything about that, I will let you know. One of the biggest questions that I get asked on my channel is what's going on with the $200 per month emergency Social Security benefit increase that Biden promised during the campaign? Well, as of right now, unfortunately, that $200 per month increase is not part of the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. There have been quite a few empty promises, but the $200 per month raise to Social Security is one of the most glaring. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen ever, but as of right now, it's not part of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. It's really frustrating to me that millions of Americans have worked so many years of their life paying into Social Security only to see them basically scraping by in their retirement years. On top of that, it's even more frustrating to me that after paying into Social Security all those years, when they go to take out the Social Security and receive their benefits, they're being taxed once again. It's a travesty that so many millions of people on Social Security are just barely scraping by when they've worked so many years paying into a system that was supposed to provide them a safety net so that they didn't have to live in poverty during retirement. And instead of enjoying and having a great retirement life, they're worrying about how they're going to pay for rent, how they're going to pay for their medical bills, and how they're going to pay for food. That's not what we signed up for as part of the American dream. And it's just frustrating to me that those on Social Security and retirement age are not being better taken care of. So if the $200 per month increase isn't in the latest stimulus plan, what is in there that's going to be beneficial to those retirees? Well, first of all, the $1,400 stimulus check, that's the most obvious one. But in addition to this, they are talking about mortgage forbearance as well as rental assistance as part of this next stimulus plan. They also are talking about increasing the SNAP benefits and are extending those increases so that they will go until September. They're also working to modernize the WIC program for women, infant, and children so that more that are actually eligible and in need of assistance can receive the benefits from the WIC program. Right now, it seems like almost half of them that are eligible and should be receiving WIC benefits are not receiving them. So this stimulus proposal would hopefully help those out that are eligible for those benefits but not receiving them. One of the things I've talked about before is the $15 per hour minimum wage increase. This seems to be a very contentious issue even within the Democrat Party. There are moderate Democrats that are not willing to vote for the $15 per hour minimum wage, and this one provision in the bill could cause the entire deal to fall apart. So the question is, will it stay in the bill or will it be taken out so that they will have enough votes in both the House and the Senate to pass the next stimulus plan? In addition to this, there are billions of dollars going to state and local governments, which was also a very contentious part of previous stimulus proposals, so it'll be interesting to see if that stays the same. Now let's talk quickly about the timeline for the next stimulus check. There is a looming deadline of March 14th where a lot of the provisions and extended benefits expire from the previous stimulus deals. So Nancy Pelosi has said that the House of Representatives is going to have the next stimulus deal done well before that March 14th deadline, and in hopes that the entire stimulus package will be done before that deadline hits. One of the things that's in there is the extended unemployment benefits from the federal government. And if there isn't a stimulus deal reached by March 14th, then those federal unemployment benefits would lapse for millions of Americans that are out of work because of the pandemic. President Biden has said that he wants to work with the Republicans on all of these deals and make this a bipartisan package that will go through. However, at this point, it looks like very few Republicans are on board with spending $1.9 trillion, most of which money is not going directly to the American people. It sounds like the House of Representatives could vote on this stimulus deal as early as next week. If it's passed in the House of Representatives, it would then move on to the Senate for a vote. As I've talked about previously, the Senate right now is a 50-50 split between 50 Republicans and 50 Democrats, with Vice President Kamala Harris being the deciding tiebreaker vote if needed. In order to get this stimulus package passed, the Democrats need all 50 senators to jump on board, or have a few Republicans jump on board if there are any Democrats that decide not to vote for this stimulus package. There are a few Democrats that have voiced concern over the amount of stimulus checks, and not just the amount, but who the stimulus checks are going out to. Some of them have called for lowering the income limit so that less Americans would be receiving the stimulus checks. If there are a few Democrats that detract and do not sign off on this stimulus bill, they would need some Republicans to jump on board to get this deal done. As I was saying before, the $15 per hour minimum wage is one of those big sticking points. If it comes down to it, my guess is they would probably pull that out of this bill in order to get it to pass by that March 14th deadline. So as far as timeline goes, the earliest that I could see this bill passing is very late in February or early in March. And worst case scenario, it could go on all the way through March and not actually be passed until early April. My guess is they probably will come to terms and get an agreement, at least on the Democrats' side, and get this bill passed in both the House and the Senate before that March 14th deadline. And then President Biden would soon sign it afterwards. I will continue to keep you up to date on all the latest on the stimulus news and the stimulus check updates. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon.